making this transformation isn't betrayal. Your smile, the shape of your teeth, carries everything about you. So it's part of who you are. When we go talking about transforming smiles, we don't just change that smile. First, we start by nurturing what you have. Sometimes we think, if God made me the way I am, who am I to go and change it?
Welcome back to the Smile series with Dr. Amy. We have had a heart-to-heart conversation so far on wealth, on purpose, on beauty, on living with dignity as Africans. It has been wonderful. Dr. Amy, are you ready to keep going?
I am ready, especially with what's coming.
Oh, yes, indeed.
Really ready.
Let's talk about something that you always say. You always talk about, you use this phrase, living premium. Would you share a little bit about what that means to you?
All right. So living premium is not about luxury, right? It's about self-respect. It's about choosing quality, peace, and excellence in how you live and not just how you look. Okay? So in dentistry for us, it means not rushing through procedures, using the right material that will last, ensuring that we carry patient on that journey by educating them and making sure that they take decisions with us, right? So in a nutshell, it's value. It's not vanity.
No.
So
Yeah.
that's how I see premium.
Fantastic.
And in Nigeria, we like premium.
Oh, yeah, we do like premium, both for value and vanity. But value, not vanity, is such an important distinction. I love that. So how can people apply that into their own lives?
Right. In healthcare, it's important that we bring the fact that we are here to deliver functional and beautiful smiles. Yes, we will go with what our patient wants and what our patient need, but I am here to say that we need to be intentional. You need to be intentional. Don't just settle for just okay, or what is just good, or what's the cheapest. It's your health. It's your teeth. You're not going to grow teeth after a certain age. That's it, right? So you want to make sure that the smile is what will help you build those relationships, will improve your habits. So you want to constantly think about quality, over price, and convenience also over, what is just available for you. So hopping on planes to be able to go and have a treatment done, because it may just be available to you, it might be something that is cheaper, it's something that we say, buy cheap, buy twice, right?
You get what you pay for.
Yes. So let's make sure that we know what value means, and convenience has no price, right? And that's what it means by having your treatment done here, right, from the comfort of your home.
In the comfort of your home. And at the end of the day, in the long run, it's actually not as cheap as you think if you have to go outside to have it. I loved what you said around be intentional. Don't just settle for okay, because I also know that's how you live your life, right? And that's why you're not just a dentist. In a sense, you design smiles.
Yes.
You say something that the smile must fit the lifestyle. Do you want to tell us a bit more about that?
Okay. So that's so true. A smile should fit you, your face, your tone, your voice, your way of living, right? Beauty must have a purpose. It's not just something that you have on a showroom, on a facade, right? It's something that translates from within. We're getting who you are, your identity, into that transformation. And we do it without limits. Okay? We do it without limits. Yeah.
So profound. It's not just dentistry, it's identity work. That's incredible. Tell us more, because, a smile goes deeper, right? It's part of who you are.
The smile, just by the design of the smile, goes with who you are, goes with your character, right? It goes with the shape of your face. There's something that we call visagism. in French, but I think it's the same word also in English, right? Where your smile, the shape of your teeth, carries everything about you. So it's part of who you are. And as for patient to know, but dentists also, know that when we go talking about transforming smiles, we don't just change that smile first. We start by nurturing what you have.
That's
And
good.
a lot of time, what you have that you may not think that is good enough is something that we can elevate and make it function, before getting another, part to that. Okay, so it's a dentist that can help you understand the value of what we have and just put a little coating over it and make it function and make it look good. Yeah.
It's interesting because I have thought about restorative, I'm not going to say cosmetic, I have been elevated. Restorative dentistry, in a sense, because I've thought about little tweaks, a little nip and a tuck, so to speak. But what I love about the work, the way I've seen you do your work, and by the way, I have filed it away that I shall be coming to Smile 360 when I'm ready, right? Because it's so thoughtful. It really is architecting a smile. And I love what you said because it's so true. It's true to what I've seen you do. You're nurturing the smile and you're asking the lifestyle and the individual and you're designing a smile that makes sense for the person. So it ends up looking really natural because, I think one of the things that some people are afraid of when they think about restorative dentistry, I think actually, some people, I guess, are just doing cosmetic work, right? And so they're afraid that they won't look like themselves or they'll look bad because we have seen, I know we're not going to go, we're going high, but can we just have a real moment to moment? You've seen dentists, when there's you've done some veneers or something and it comes out looking kind of strange.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes people are afraid of exploring that because what if it doesn't work out? Which is why you always talk about trust.
Yes.
If someone was afraid to take that first step, what would you say to them?
Very, very good question. But you said something so profound earlier, and I'll link it to our faith and the fact that sometimes we think, if God made me the way I am, who am I to go and change it? Right? So I will say that making this transformation isn't betrayal, right? It's something that, you want to be able to invest to protect your teeth, to go the long haul with you, all right? So it's not just important, as I said, for you to feel good, look good, and be able to, break barriers and break some of these fears that you've had about, your self-confidence or, but it's the fact that teeth leave. Teeth leave and then, they erode with time. And it's so important to be able to invest in preserving that. I mean, who will buy a Ferrari and not take it for maintenance? Like, no matter how good, you have great genes and you've taken care of your teeth, you still need to maintain that.
True.
And with all that, the teeth will still leave and erode, will have some cracks. So you want to reinforce that at your younger age, rather than waiting until much, much later. So the trust, that's what we talked about, that you have, which built with your dentist, is where you will be able to listen to your dentist and he'll be able to show you, because now with technology you can see, and seeing is believing.
You mentioned having great technology and tools to help you do your work. If you are a dentist listening to this,
Yes.
particularly, with your own practice, what would you say is one lesson you've learned around trust and transformation, or what would you say to them?
What I would say certainly is, we talked about Wealth, the Dentist Academy, right? And wealth not just being money, even though the money part is important, but it's being time. And the best way for us to gain time and to get our patient to also see and believe in what we're offering so that they can say yes to a treatment plan is by using those tools, technologies such as scanners, x-rays, and what have you. So And AI has come so much into our space now, where we have so many tools to be able to show to our patients so they understand the value that we bring, they understand why they need to take action now, and not later, so we can help them. Because if I don't help you now, then how did I care for you? So my role is to help you make that decision and make that decision now.
Rather than when you've had the tooth loss and
Much
whatnot.
later, root canal. No.
Yes, yes. When I hear you talk about the work that you do, it's clear the level of investment that you do in your education, in technology. You're at the cutting edge, right? You are using AI, you're leaning all the way in. And that's one of the reasons why I personally am so excited. And I pray continually that you have more grace, because the vision that you have for Africa, the vision that you have for the people that you serve, right? The love that you have, it really does come through. And I just want to continue to flow power to you. I want to ask you one last question as we close this particular episode. If there was a legacy, one thing that people could remember about you as Dr. Amy and the care you gave them, what would it be?
If we're looking at, I care for my team, so I'll start by my team, right? It's processes and the fact that I don't believe in magic. I believe in building systems, checklists that can take us to that journey. So I think my team will remember me for that, the workflows, the checklists, the systems. For the patients, no matter how long I will treat a patient, whether it's for 2 years, no matter how long you'll be on that chair, if it's a 30 minutes or an 8-hour procedure, you will always feel something about me caring and making sure that as I'm doing that procedure that's so precise, I'm looking at your eyes and seeing when you're blinking because you're feeling some level of discomfort. And that's where the care is. I make sure that I always carry patients along and make sure that they are comfortable throughout the journey. So I think that's what makes me stand out. I just feel for my patients. Yeah.
Well, that's Dr. Amy. Grace, empathy, excellence, and compassion, all woven together. She reminds us that transformation isn't just a word, it's a living embodiment. I want you to take us back to the beginning of Smile 360. First of all, what made you decide to start your own practice and in this way?
Wow. So thank you for taking me back down the memory lane. 30 years, it's a long time, but I'm actually seeing it as if it was just yesterday.
Yeah.
So of course, I didn't just jump into owning my own practice because once I graduated, I knew that I needed to build more skills, other skills. And I worked as a consultant, going to various practices as an independent orthodontic consultant. And I did that. I was very happy for like 12 years and realized that at some point, I'll be getting some exciting things from a particular practice and not from the other. And then I realized that for me to be fulfilled, I needed to be able to bring all that together, not just for me, but also for my patients, right? And something that I could control, in terms of the quality, the flow, etc. So that brought me to, launching Smile 360 15 years ago. And that was the scariest moment for me, because even though I've gone through working independently, various practices, but now I had to know about what is a dental chair, what is a compressor, what is a suction, what's the best location, what's the best material, where do you get those materials from, where do you get the equipment from, the financing.
Financing,
Nobody told
raising
me
capital.
about that.
Okay.
Raising capital. I remember going to the bank and the head of the branch was like, you can do this, you can take a loan. And I said, I'm not sure. He said, no, you've been quite disciplined, even though you are independent. And, do you know that the contract I signed for my loan, Jimmy was the head of a bank here. He came to my house. He came to the sitting room with the contract. I said, madam, are you ready to sign? So that's to show you how, it was really hard making that decision. But looking back,
It was the best thing.
I've done that 3-4 times. And even bigger, scarier amounts. And, never regretted it.
Yeah.
So it's one of the best decisions I've taken, because I was able to push my own purpose a bit further, be able to satisfy my patient the way I, believe that, I just brought my authenticity into how I run the business. I was able to help even more people, have access to high-end dentistry with building the team, growing the team. We started with 7. Now I have 127 staff.
127 from 7.
From 7. So I am contributing also to the nation
right.
building by giving jobs to people. So it didn't come easy, but it's something that if you are a young dentist there, thinking about it, ensure you build yourself with skills.
Yes.
That we don't burn those steps. It is something that you never regret. I enjoy it still after 30 years, and something big is coming. We're not done. Yes.
Thank you for sharing that, because not very many people tell their origin story, particularly the story around raising capital. Like, you had a great idea, right? You had clarity of vision, but then you need money to execute. And a lot of people feel like, if only I came from a rich family, I would have been able to do that. But here you're telling a story, whether one comes from a rich family or not, that part of your raising capital journey was getting a loan. Yeah. And there's something you said that I thought was interesting. 2 things that I'd like to explore and then circle back to something else. You said, number 1, the bank officer had said to you, you've been quite disciplined, right? I think that's something to explore. Yeah. The power of discipline, even in the little, being faithful in the little. Mm-hmm. And the second thing that, the Jim, I think you mentioned his name, right, was so passionate about you doing this, that he came to your house. That tells me there's relationship.
Yes.
There's relationship. How critical have those 2 things been to your business?
Very important. For me, the discipline and how I put that one stone before the next one, and paying attention to details. I apply that discipline in every aspect. And I think I've also passed it on to my team to be able to say, look, this is the number 1 thing I'm looking for. Right? Don't just give me results. For me, the journey is important. Everything that you do on that path. The relationship key, because it's what has helped me treat 3 generations of patients, because you connect with your patient and you ensure that you're giving more than just dentistry. Hence the title of my book. So connecting discipline and relationship and the care, I think, is a recipe for success. So if you can take it out, you can fly with that.
Ooh,
yes.
It's a recipe for success, a delicious recipe.
Yes, très délicieux.
Thank you for sharing that story. I think one final thing I would ask is there anything, someone might be listening to this and saying, well, she has, everything she touches works out well. Have you ever failed?
I've been in a situation where, I remember going to Lagos Business School and for a program, and they started day 1 saying, look, this is what not to do. Number 2, this is what not to do. Number 3, this is what not to do. And I had done all this. So I felt at that point diving under my table, because I'm like, how did I make those decisions? But I wasn't taught that in school, in dental school. So I was near failing with that, but thank God I went looking for help. I found myself, in a space where I left with knowing what I needed to improve on.
Yes.
I needed when I needed to do what I had to do, and who are the people, the resources that I needed, to surround myself with to be able to avoid the, making some of these mistakes. But I would say the best thing is to not to be afraid of failure, right? Because it's you learn from it. Yeah, it's not. Is it Nelson Mandela that said it's not when you fall, it's how fast you stand up and run again.
That's good.
So embrace it.
Embrace
is fine.
it. Fail fast.
Fail fast.
Fail forward.
And fail forward and stand up.
And stand
and
up.
Learn from it. Especially.
And learn from it.
Yeah.
So good. So good. This is why Wealthy Dentist Academy is going to be so good.
Yes.
It is so good because you firmly believe, and you practice what you preach.
Oh, yes.
Because you and I got to know each other through your intense growth mindset. Like you're constantly growing and constantly wanting to elevate. It's never like, oh, I got that, I know that. It's always like, well, here's an opportunity for more. And here I see you've created this vehicle for other dentists to come and learn the things, so they don't have to fail. Don't do this, or you've done it. Don't do this, or you've done it. Don't do this, or you've done it.
Yes.
Right? And the good news is, even if you have made mistakes, you're living proof that whatever mistakes you've made, as long as you stand up,
correct,
you keep moving.
I so believe in continuous improvement, and that's why I don't take it for granted that things are going to be perfect. We're going to have a red carpet all through. And I embrace, patient feedback. I embrace team, giving their feedback on the system. But every day, I believe in daily analysis of your journey. I don't want a post-mortem report at the end of the month to say, okay, this is what we've done, we failed. It's by breaking it to what do we expect to do? And then what happened to week one? Compared to, and what are we expecting in week two? Why did this not happen? But I break it to every day, asking why. And that's the Kaizen, the Toyota model that I also spoke about in my book, where we break down every day. And that's how you build your own playbook.
Absolutely.
Nothing that, and that's what I bring to the Wealthy Dentist Academy is not something that I'll pick from another. It's something that I've built by understanding the failures, the areas that, didn't work well, and then thinking about what can we do? What can we do better? And putting some things to test that we've never seen in any book. And then seeing amazing results and wondering, whoa, this is our secret sauce.
Aha.
I will keep it.
Aha, voila, voila. Thank you, Dr. Amy, for being transparent, for being willing to share. I think so often we perform success, but you are the real deal in that you have really walked your journey and continue to walk your journey. And so once again, we want to say thank you. I'm really excited about what we're going to be doing in the rest of this series. So do stay tuned. And again, watch for Dr. Amy in your city. She's doing a masterclass tour, Nairobi, Johannesburg, Abidjan, Dakar, Accra, anywhere else?
Yes. I mean, of course, we have Lagos,
Abuja,
Port Harcourt, but definitely.
Lagos, Abuja, Port
And then that final, we're working on
the
grand finale.
We have a grand finale next year.
Yes.
Something very special coming up for Wealthy Dentists.
That's it.
You don't want to miss it. If you're not following her already, get on her list because you don't want to miss what she has coming soon. Thank you, Dr. Amy.
Thank you for having me.